And also, I recently saw a really good documentary called Transcendent Man. It's all about Ray Kurzweil. And he is one of these futurists who has made a number of different predictions. He's also possibly a little bit nuts. He's constantly taking all of these different supplements and medications, which he claims are, what is it, Natan? He's reprogramming his biochemistry or something.
That's right.
And the movie's incredible. I highly, highly recommend it. But it brings up a lot of interesting questions, which is as technology continues to accelerate at a faster and faster rate, eventually, and this could happen in the next 10, 15, 20 years, technology will be accelerating at such a rate that the human mind would not be able to learn to use that technology without some kind of artificial learning assistance. In other words, implanting, for lack of a better comparison, like in the Matrix, when you have a software installed that teaches you how to do martial arts, for example. You get the idea that the rate of acceleration in technology, if it continues where it is going to get to a point where we will need artificial learning, so to speak.
Well, I mean, in a way, hasn't that already happened? I mean, if you're just someone who doesn't keep up to date with the technology, okay, my grandmother and my laptop,
sure,
okay, does not work.
It's indistinguishable from magic to her.
She would need some type of assisted learning.
An implant of some kind.
To be able to use that. Just nothing about it makes any sense to her.
Okay.
She has no concept of it.
But some of that is generational. I'm talking even for somebody who is heavily involved, there will just be so much so fast. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the point here isn't that, you know, in the case of Lewis's grandmother, she didn't grow up with it. It's just hard. It's very hard for her to learn. This is that no normal person without any sort of, you know, mechanical brain implant would be able to learn it. It's just not something a normal human could do.
See, I don't think that makes sense. I think that technology has to stay at the same level as the people who are going to be using it. I mean, it's people who are creating it. It just doesn't make sense that it would surpass that, and you have to create more technology just to be able to use the technology that's been
I don't
created.
agree with that. I think that the growth, the acceleration rate can surpass. Think about, if we look at flying is a perfect example in aviation. Look at how long humans have been aware that things can fly, and look at how long humans have been around, and look at the tiny fraction of time during which aviation has existed, and look at the acceleration of it, okay? Thousands of, tens of thousands, who knows how long people have been seeing birds and thinking, maybe a human could fly. And then finally we get the Wright brothers with this little rickety plane, and then 25 years later we have commercial aviation, the jet engine, supersonic flight, and then soon, you know, we're having
we're in space.
The Boeing Dreamliner, which can fly between any 2 points on Earth based on its range at increased comfort. Look at that. If we put it on a big scale, how long there has been aviation. That's a fast acceleration, Lewis. I know for us being 20-something, it seems like it's kind of a long time. Yeah.
That's a good point, but I don't think it's the right analogy, because a person can understand how flying works physically and mechanically by studying it. Not everyone knows exactly how it works, but the point here is that we won't be able to learn certain things unless we have some sort of assistance.
My point was the idea, I'm illustrating the idea that the acceleration can go at a rate which is unimaginable, or at least which Lewis is not giving credit for.
But Lewis does have a point in the sense that it can accelerate, but can it go beyond what humans are capable of? And I would say that in a way that's already the case with, you know, high level computers.
With certain things, you have your certain, you know, niches that, and there are people trained to do that. Like, I don't know how the particle accelerator in Sweden or wherever it is works, Swiss maybe, but there are lots of people who do. And so I think it's like more a matter of specialization than really overall.
I think in 10 to 15 years, it won't be that way. The other thing on this is, are religious and political obstacles going to get in the way of this accelerating technological development? I think there's a very good chance of that, at least in the U.S. So I think we need to be prepared for that. And hopefully we have a pro-science president, no matter who it is that's elected. As you know, Lewis, on the Republican side, you could be pro or anti-science, the same way you could be pro or anti-air, I guess. I don't know.